Welcome back to all the crackers in the box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey. My finger's a little swollen today, so I'm not wearing my ring. It's just a little cold. Anyway, not important. These are this week's nails. A little sparkle, a little silver. Not bad. Didn't hold up the greatest, but not the worst. So, after a week of working, I am almost totally finished this side. Uh, we are at the very beginning of this, and I have about this much yarn left. So I do plan on starting the second side today, and I do have lots of white to go around. So I'm hoping what I have left will go around one more time. If not, maybe I can throw in some white and just play with it from there. We'll see how it looks. There we go. So I just sized it on my daughter, and it's pretty much to her wrist, so I can start the cuffs like right away if I wanted to. And we're just doing a granny stitch, going around the whole thing. Really, really excited you're here today. And really excited to do some crochet. So let's hang out and do the things. Alrighty, alrighty. Here we are. So I've been working on this on my breaks and whatnot all week, and this is the second skein. So two skeins is right around the size that I thought I would get, minus the trim. So I am doing very well right now with sizing it. Really happy about that. So as I thought, roughly about 250 should, well, no, it was almost 250 each, right? How much is in one of these big twists from Mary Maxim? Let's see here. 246 meters. So just under 250. So I've been rounding it to about 250. So just under 500 per side. And then give the little difference to the white. So 246 and 246 would be 6 and 6. Carry the 1. 4 and 4 is 8 is 9. So 490-ish. And then the rest to make it up to 500 will be the white. It works out. Give or take. If my math is a little off, don't mind me. I'm close enough. Here we are. Get through this with my 5.5, I believe. Yep, my 5.5. It does say to use a 5, but I found the 5 to be a little stiff. I wanted a little more play in how it would lay, because I know it's a 4-weight yarn, and I also didn't want it to be stiff as a board, light as a feather. It takes me back. Anyways, nothing like a craft, the movie The Craft quote to make your day. I haven't done that in a little while. Not that it was one of my favorite movies, but it definitely was popular with a lot of my friends back in the day. I thought it was okay. It didn't really hit me so much. I am in the middle of a series. I've heard she's going to do 4, but 2 have been released, and I'm on my second one. They're like called Magnolia House. It's about a lady going through her menopause years and hit menopause, and everything just goes haywire. Her husband's cheating. Her kids have left the house, gone off to university, living their own lives, and she suddenly discovers she's um, a heritage witch, which just means her whole family are witches, and that she's going to be the most powerful one, even though she's like in her late 40s, mid to late 40s. So it's been an interesting book. Sorry, 2. I'm on my second one. And there's only 2 out right now, and I'm hoping the third one will be released sometime soon so I can enjoy the whole set. But I've been enjoying it very much on my bus rides home from work. Give myself a little 15, 20-minute reading break from the rest of my day. that isn't going to rot my brain. So, meaning, scrolling, doom scrolling. I don't want to doom scroll on my way home. That is a good time for me to put in some literature, and that's the one I've chosen right now, and I'm really enjoying it. Very interesting take on some traditional creatures of folklore and whatnot. So that's exciting. But I've definitely been enjoying them. I can't think of the author's name at the moment, but I do know it's about a magnolia house. Magnolia, uh, that's the name of the house that she inherits. But anyways, it's a good book set. If I can remember to, I'll might be able to link it. I did get it on my Kindle, and it is available as a book. It's not just one of those little non-books that you can get. If my words are making sense, it's been a very tiring week. I've been working very hard, and I'm getting my downtime now, which is great. This is looking phenomenal. I like the way this yarn has worked up. It's been very easy. I've been able to work on it with very little light, more by feel, which is what I'm going for. I'd really like to be able to touch crochet. I can kind of do it with knitting on occasion, depending on how I'm knitting it, but I can usually feel it. And it would be nice to be able to look up from my work once in a while. Alrighty. Let's see here. So I'm hoping that what I have left will go around one more time all the way to the end, and that's what we're going for. Just one more row. If I have to fudge it a little with just a bit more white, then I will. But I'm hoping that I have enough because it's just that little bit that I need. My goodness, we're going around. And we're going around. And one more. Absolutely stunning. All right. So we're coming up to another corner here. So this is going quite quickly. This is not a slow moving fine weight. This is a 4 weight. 4 weights are fast. 4 weights are cushy and a whole lot thicker. You get through your project a lot quicker with a thicker yarn. That is absolutely for sure. And we are coming up on our corner again. I do enjoy a good corner. This week I got to watch the 50th anniversary of the Muppets show. Oh my gosh, I absolutely loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Yes, Kermit's voice is not the same, but Jim Henson did Kermit's voice originally, so I am not bothered by that. If you can get somewhat close, I'm stoked on that because you're not going to sound just like him. I'm sorry. And I've made my peace with that. Jim Henson is one of my heroes. I've always, always been a big Muppet girl. My profile on Disney Plus is Miss Piggy. Let's just put it that way. She's my queen. She is the original diva, as my daughter has been saying lately. Diva. Miss Piggy's a diva, and yes, yes, she definitely is. I enjoyed it. They did a very good job, not trying to make it into something new, something different. They just made it fit with a couple cheeky jokes, which I wasn't too bad about it. They weren't really, really bad, so I didn't find them to be too much. They had cheeky jokes like that in the originals too, so being that I've watched them in the last 20 years, yeah, they had quite a few. And yeah, I found it to be amusing. Gonzo was amazing. I loved his Gonzo joke of his roller skates sending him backwards. That is a Gonzo thing for sure. The chickens were phenomenal, of course. The Manamana and his backup singers, they were there. Love them. That is a family favorite, the Manamana song. But I got a little emotional, maybe feel some feels. Always have enjoyed the Muppet Show. And they even kept the gag in with the saxophone player making a weird something at the very end during the credits, and I was just loving that because he was always one of my favorites. And I always remember making sure that I stayed for the whole credits so I could see whatever his little thing was at the end. All in all, though, I can see why everybody has been giving it great reviews because it is getting phenomenal reviews. They did a very, very good job of just honoring it. It wasn't about a rebrand, it wasn't about changing the characters, it wasn't anything like that. It was about honoring a classic show that meant a lot to quite a few people, and I'm one of them. And I'm very happy with how it came out, and I really hope they do make more. I think we need some variety shows and to take a step back from all the darkness that's out there. I don't watch a lot of TV due to all the dark programming. I just, the world is hard enough right now. I cannot handle more oppressive and darkening subject matter. We are all struggling as it is. I'm absolutely sure most people, 99% of us, are still are struggling. Not still, we are struggling. Everything's just becoming harder and harder. Everything's becoming more and more expensive. I want my entertainment to not keep reminding me on how my life is just a big stress ball. I want to see something that makes me smile, something that makes me happy for just a few moments so I can have a little peace and a little break. And I understand some people don't like that, and that's okay too. To each their own. But right now, I can't even watch my true crime shows and stuff like that. I just cannot handle it right now. It just gets in my brain too much and makes me sad, all the time sad. And I don't really want to. I'm trying really hard to fill the world with as much kindness and positivity as I possibly can, and trying not to let it all bear me down. Even though I do feel the weight of the world, I do, and the issues going on out there, and I worry about it just as much as everyone else. However, trying my best to not fall into the trap of continuing with the darkness. I'm going to find some ways to help when I can, and that's about all you can do. Everybody does a little bit. Maybe things can go a different direction than they're going, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. The sweater is coming along beautifully, though, and I'm putting a lot of positive and loving feelings into it, as always, because I like my work to be comfortable, cozy, like a big hug, so it feels wonderful and safe. Oh, my goodness. It's just been a long week. Just letting some stress go. That's what the sigh was. Sorry. I think we're almost. Oh, no, we're getting there. I'm getting a little worried. I got two more corners. Oh, I got two corners to go, and this is what we got left. Oh, goodness. I think we're going to end up switching to the white, which I'm not quite ready to add in yet. I want the two sides to be done first. So even if I get this most of the way, and just put a stitch marker in it. Oh, goodness. So my daughter, my youngest, saw a butterfly sweater that only comes in adult sizes. I'm still on the fence on where to get the pattern or if I should just use a regular graph. I don't know. I mean, I could make a graph and do something similar but smaller. So I'd have to make it really small. She's 5, and she's a small 5. So I don't know. I'll have to get back to us on that. I think there might be a couple programs that I wanted to try with graphs and see what I can come up with. Because yeah, either way, I'd have to readjust. Even if I did buy the pattern for almost $15, that's a little pricey on my end. But she really wants to have a monarch butterfly sweater, which I totally think is really cute, and I think she'll really enjoy it. So I really got to start looking around, finding out what my options are, because I feel like that one's going to be a little trickier. They have scalloped edgings on that one in particular that I'm looking at. It goes doop, doop, and so that's some fancy stitching. But it looked like she did a lot of a couple of pictures of how to. It looked like some of those loops were just uh slip stitches as they go around. So I don't know. I don't know. Hmm. I'd have to see the pattern better, but I really don't want to have to buy something that I might not use. So I'm still debating. We'll get there when we get there. I'm going to get this sweater and the rainbow sweater off the roster first before I start another one, because I need to get some things finished. And this one was kind of a last minute, mom, could you? So, mom doing. This is a mom doing for a friend of my daughter, my older one. So, and that being said, I should probably make one for her other really good friend, because I've made the one who's getting this sweater 2 things now, and nothing for her other friends. I feel a little bad about that. A lot bad. Sorry. So that is something I will definitely be fixing very, very soon. Because that seems like, favoritism, and that is definitely not something I do. I try my hardest not to pull favoritism on kids. I don't like that, because that is just unfair and just selfish on my end. All the kids are different for different reasons. They like different things. They like different colors, and that is awesome. And I feel bad when I miss out on things and making kids feel special. All right, we're coming up to the next corner. I still got some yarn left, but I'm still nervous as can be that this is going to work. Well, I mean, all the way to the end. I want it to the end. If I can make it to the last corner, the last spot, and then throw in the white, then it's going to look really nice that way and finished properly. But if I run out, I'm just going to have to live with it. There's not a lot I can do if I run out. I'm not buying another one because it'll take weeks to get here, and they're not on sale again this week, so I really don't want to have to. I think I've bought enough, and with the white, we can really beef it up a little. And yeah, I don't see that being too bad and too noticeable, even if it is a bright white compared to the white in this, because I know the white is going to be a lot brighter on the plain white. Anyhow, thanks for joining me here today at All the Crackers in the Box, and I'll let you know how this one goes. And we'll see you again very soon. Bye.